Hey everybody, StogieFarts here. I am enjoying some Lane 1Q, I believe is what it is, inside of my Rick Black Morta pipe. If you don't own a Morta pipe, I highly recommend one. This pipe, literally, at least the wood that you see here, is probably about 5,000 years old. So, it's a lot of history. Anyway, this is going to be a episode of Ask StogieFarts, where I go through and pick questions that people ask me and I answer them on camera. This is a rather serious question. This comes from subscriber Jeff Chadrick, and it says, I started pipe smoking hobby back in April of this year. I really enjoy it, and I found many nice tobaccos, and I really enjoy this hobby. However, as with anything like this, other people are going to find out about it, and that's the problem. Everyone I know is extreme anti-smoking. I mean family, friends, and co-workers for a variety of reasons. I'm not sure how to address the questions of why I would do this when family, friends, especially those from church or others, come over and see my pipe counter. I know the questions will come, so I need to prepare now for them. Any suggestions? One second. That's a good question. My advice to you is, first off, Einstein smoked a pipe. Every other argument out there is nullified. It's invalid. Einstein smoked a pipe. Probably the smartest man to ever walk the face of this earth smoked a pipe. Period. So, there you go. Seriously though, I can relate because I've come from a very religious background, and my philosophy, and I've covered it before with a lot of things, is it's okay to do things in moderation. If you don't overindulge in something, if you don't let something take over you, if you just do it for the enjoyment of it and the peace of mind that it brings you, then it's okay. Now, I would argue you're not smoking a pipe because you need nicotine, or you're not smoking a pipe because it's feeding some sort of addiction. Most people who smoke pipes do it because it's very relaxing, it's very calming. It's a calming thing. It's very reflective. There's a lot of people that go to church that smoke pipes. They'll read the Bible while they smoke pipes. They'll contemplate scripture. Pipe smoking puts you in a certain state of mind that makes you receptive to a lot of the deeper things in life. It makes you, a lot of problems that people have get solved, mentally speaking, while they're smoking a pipe. You think clearer. It's very cathartic. That's why pipe smoking is such a strong bonding thing. That's why it's always good to smoke a pipe with somebody else, because it brings people closer together. Now, pipe smoking is not smoking. So you can also consider it as a form of education to people. People that think, oh, you're a smoker. There's some people are going to think all smoking's the same, and that's fine. You can't change that. But, I like to educate people, let them know that pipe smoking is not cigarette smoking. A lot of people that are anti-smoking are anti-cigarettes. And for good reason, because cigarettes are nasty. But they're also highly addictive, and a lot of people that smoke cigarettes don't like cigarettes even though they smoke them. It's just very, very addicting and very hard to get off of cigarettes. So, you can't judge people who smoke cigarettes because, a lot of them, they probably don't want to smoke them any more than anybody else. It's just very hard to get off that. But pipe smoking is different. And pipe smoking, you can let your smoker friends know, or your non-smoker friends know, that pipe smoking is completely different than regular smoking. You can literally have a pipe and go 1 month, 2 months, 6 months without smoking another one. If you're like me, you don't inhale, so you're not inhaling smoke into your lungs, which I would argue is the most unhealthiest part of pipe smoking. Just kidding. And another argument I have is, a lot of people who are anti, who think, smoking is, pipe smoking is really bad for you. You can't judge one thing and then turn a blind eye to everything else. I would argue that fast food and fried food and preservatives and all the crap that goes into over-the-counter foods and things that you buy are way, way more unhealthier than pipe smoking could ever be. But that there's not as great of a stigma attached to that as there is with pipe smoking, or smoking in general. So that kind of gets swept under the rug, so to speak. So when it comes to what you should do and how you should react, worried about what other people think, don't worry about what other people think. Follow what's in your heart. Do what you want to do. If you're ashamed of it, you don't want people to know you do it, then you can probably argue that you don't have to do it. If you feel ashamed to do something, don't do it. That being said, you can still do it. Doesn't mean you have to tell everybody about it. You can still smoke a pipe in the comfort of your own home, and you don't have to tell everybody and show everybody, hey, look at all the, or if people, if people are going to come over and they see it, hey, they're coming into your domain. They're coming into your personal space, so they have no reason to judge you. If someone's going to come into my house that's anti-smoking and they see a bunch of pipes there and go, ooh, what is all that? Excuse me? You're in my house. Don't judge me while you're inside my house. And those who are really true friends of yours, and those that, whose opinions matter, they won't judge you anyway. So that's sort of my 2 cents. My family's really religious. They are anti-smoking, but they know I smoke a pipe, and as far as I know, they don't judge me, or if they do, they don't judge me to my face. So I find enjoyment in it. It brings me a lot of pleasure. It brings me a lot of positive things in my life, and therefore I'm going to continue to do it until I feel otherwise. So I don't know if that answered your question, but thanks for asking, and if you got any more questions, just let me know. Talk to you later.